Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Jay is off tonight. It's been a harsh, emotional day on Capitol Hill. Judge Brett Kavanaugh's accuser, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, says she's 100% sure Kavanaugh assaulted her in high school. That statement made in front of a Senate panel this morning. Now, Kavanaugh underwent a battery of interrogation from that same panel this afternoon and forcefully denied those allegations. For a more complete look at the day, we're joined now by CBS's Nicole Killian on Capitol Hill with the very latest. Nicole, it has been a very busy day.
Yeah, it sure has. And the hearing just wrapped up not too long ago. Testimony lasted for about 9 hours in what has been an emotional day from all sides.
My family and my name have been totally and permanently destroyed.
Judge Brett Kavanaugh at times angrily and emphatically denied the allegation against him that he sexually assaulted Dr. Christine Blasey Ford when the two were Maryland high school students in the 1980s, telling the Senate Judiciary Committee,
"I've never sexually assaulted Dr. Ford or anyone."
When asked whether he would welcome an FBI investigation into the allegations,
I wanted to be here the next day. It's an outrage that I was not allowed to come and immediately defend my name and say, I didn't do this.
Kavanaugh detailed his meticulous calendar-keeping habit as proof of his innocence.
My calendar shows all but definitively that I was not there.
He teared up when he talked about his family and female friends who sent him messages of encouragement before his testimony.
The details about that night that bring me here today are the ones I will never forget.
Earlier, Dr. Christine Blasey Ford told the panel how Kavanaugh assaulted her when both were teenagers.
I was pushed onto the bed and Brett got on top of me. He began running his hands over my body and grinding into me.
Democrats asked their own questions while Republicans filtered theirs through a hired sex crimes prosecutor. During nearly 4 hours of testimony, Christine Blasey Ford described her most vivid memory involving Kavanaugh and his friend Mark Judge.
The uproarious laughter between the two, and they're having fun at my expense.
She told the panel she struggled with the decision to come forward, but felt it was her responsibility to tell the truth.
Apart from the assault itself, these past couple of weeks have been the hardest of my life.
The committee hopes to vote on Kavanaugh's nomination as soon as Friday. And right now, Republican senators are actually meeting to discuss the hearing and figure out their next steps. Jeanelle?
Thanks, Nicole. Now, after watching much of this today, is the tension we all felt as viewers as palpable as it is inside the room?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I didn't have a chance to go inside. It was limited just to a few dozen journalists. But that being said, you know, all of us watching here in the Capitol Rotunda could certainly feel it. And I think you really saw things come to a head as the day progressed. You know, we saw Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina get really riled up, really angry at Democrats for, in his opinion, politicizing this, making this what he said was an unethical sham. You saw other Republicans, too, take aim at Democrats for sitting on these allegations. But Democrats were equally forceful. You know, they continue to demand an FBI investigation and aren't letting up in their calls.
Okay, now the initial plan was to have this vacant seat filled by October 1st. What seems to be the plan now with that date just 4 days away?
Well, again, as I mentioned, Republican senators are meeting as we speak. And while there is right now a scheduled vote in the Senate Judiciary Committee tomorrow to move forward with Judge Kavanaugh's nomination, certainly at this point, everything is fluid. We'll really just have to wait and see what comes out of this meeting later on tonight, although some Republican senators did say going into that they're ready to vote. Back to you.
Thank you. CBS's Nicole Killian live from Capitol Hill tonight. Immediately following today's testimony, Senator Jon Tester's communication director sent a reaction. It says, in part, Tester finds Dr. Ford's testimony credible and the accusations against Judge Kavanaugh deeply troubling. Now, Senator Steve Daines also reacting this evening, saying he does not believe there is any corroborating evidence to support Dr. Ford, and the hearing, quote, seems to be an orchestrated smear campaign intended to destroy Judge Kavanaugh. In other news tonight, Billings police are asking for the public's help when searching for a Billings man last seen near Colson Park. 66-year-old Edward Robinson was last heard from on September 16th. His vehicle was found by law enforcement officials at Colson Park. A press release says Robinson is known to wade in the river in that area looking for driftwood. Detectives, along with the Billings Fire Department Swiftwater Rescue Team, have begun a search in the area of the river and the banks. Police say at this time there is no indication of foul play. Turning to weather, Bob, we've said it's on its way, but the snow is actually going to fall overnight.
Yeah, we're waiting for the temperatures to cool down, but let me show you what's happening right now. Doppler radar shows you the rain is coming down, and this rain is a pretty wide swath of showers. It comes from Alberta all the way down through Great Falls into Billings and in towards Rapid City. You notice it's about 150 miles wide, but we're already starting to see some spots where we see a little snow in some of the higher elevations. Now, because of that, look at this. Weather Service has a winter weather advisory for the Front Range of the Rockies. For the Beartooths, could see 1 to 2 inches of snow on Beartooth Pass. The Bighorn Mountains, winter weather advisory there until 6 p.m. on Friday. That starts at 6 o'clock tonight in a few minutes. Looking for 3 to 5 inches of snow there with local amounts up to 7 inches of snow. And as you'll see later tonight, that whole batch of snow will continue to push its way into our region, probably start developing sometime after 2 o'clock. So we'll see what happens 2 o'clock in the morning. We'll have the rest of your forecast coming up in a few more minutes. Jeanelle?
All right, thanks so much, Bob. Well, this week, MTN chief political reporter Mike Dennison has been profiling the candidates in the race for Montana's U.S. House seat. Today, he tells us more about Libertarian candidate Billings attorney Eleanor Swanson.
Eleanor Swanson calls herself a moderate libertarian who believes in gradual change, but her primary focus is cutting the federal deficit.
We're going to be paying for the debt one way or another, either in one big crash or slow and steady. So I would prefer the slow and steady maneuver.
Swanson says the country could return to the revenue and spending levels of President Bill Clinton's final term when the budget did balance. She also doesn't think much of Republicans' 2017 federal tax cut, which she called bad fiscal and economic policy.
Like however much you stimulate the economy, you have growth of 4% instead of 1% or 2%. That doesn't make up for almost $1 trillion a year in annual deficit.
Swanson grew up primarily in Alaska and moved to Billings in 2015. She and her husband David have 4 children. She has a campaign website and has been touring the state this month, visiting 20-some cities and towns. She's running against Republican Congressman Greg Gianforte and Democrat Kathleen Williams. When asked whether she's just a spoiler in the race who can't possibly win, Swanson says she's the only real alternative to politics as usual.
Either you have 2 candidates who will not uphold the Constitution, or you have a candidate like me that is actually committed to upholding individual liberties and the Constitution.
You can see all 3 candidates together this Saturday on MTN stations in their first and likely only live debate this campaign season. Reporting from Helena, Mike Dennison, MTN News.
Thanks, Mike. Now, MTN's live debate on Saturday with the U.S. House candidates begins at 6 p.m. Coming up on tonight's 5:30 News, the Billings Fire Department is putting the spark back into teaching fire safety to kids. We'll check out the revamped program. And in sports, Scott checks in with your Cats and Grizz, both aiming for a 4-1 football start this weekend.
You're watching MTN News with Jay Cohn and Jeanelle Slade. Storm Tracker weather with Bob McGuire. And sports with Scott Green. This is the 5:30 News on Q2, Montana's news leader.